slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I'm your host, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me today. Guess what? You're not going to believe this. I didn't believe this. It's 2025. It is the 1st of January, 2025. Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist. Man, did you guys have a good night last night? I had a pretty good night. I had some wine. It hurt my head. Every time I drink, it hurts my brain. My head hurts. I get a head hurt. But anyway, I had a good night. I hope you had a good night. I hope your 2024 was fantastical. My 2024 was really good. Surprisingly good. Yeah, it was good. 2025 is going to probably, I hope it turns out better than I expected for all of us. But we'll get to that in just a minute. We're going to talk about some interesting things today. Maybe if I can remember even what they are. Being that is the first of the year, I think we'll start with that. But I do have some things to talk about. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, not that one. Not that one. That one.
Life is complicated. These are trying times. There are many questions that need answering. Want to know what's going to help? Atheism. With atheism, you'll get rid of dogma, superstitions, and toxic thought patterns that are holding you back. You can drive while taking atheism, as well as use heavy machinery. In fact, drinking alcohol, fornicating, and Sunday mornings are far more enjoyable with atheism. However, there are side effects. Some evangelicals and fundamentalists will think you are possessed by the devil. But you don't have to worry, because you know the devil isn't real. Just like God. Wake up to your life. Believe in yourself. Believe in science. Atheism.
All right. Hello, you wonderful, wonderful people. Let me turn off my little heater here. I hope you had a wonderful night last night and stayed safe, sinned safely. I saw the comment there. Good morning, Jesse Bear, Carla J, Vic Lit, all you wonderful people. How'd that Chris Mallard jackass get it? Oh, that's me. Dane, good morning. Sandy, how are you? I see a new face. Wait, Iron Taylor. Good morning. It's a new face I don't recognize. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Fellow burner, welcome to the damnation. Jesse Bear, Jesus Freaks attempted to give my kids gospel cards and my oldest told them how creepy it was to walk up to random minors and try to talk to them. So proud of my tiny heathens. That's awesome. Well, I mean, it's not awesome that, they were accosted by, religious God botherers, as it were. Good morning, Carla J. I hope you had a wonderful 2024. Says the fireworks were going crazy here as well. I don't know why I'm surprised every year when they start shooting. I didn't even notice very many last night. The night before last, a couple nights ago, yeah, there was a lot, but not here so much. Iron Taylor says, good. I watch your videos. This is my first time on a stream. Cool. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Muttley Von Erich. That's a cool name. Evening all. How is everyone? Happy New Year. Love and sausages. Evening. Are you an Aussie or a Kiwi? We love our Aussies and Kiwis here. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. I forgot to lock my chair. Thank you for joining me. So, as usual, we have a poll going. Everybody, thank you. Ooh. You know how I love my polls. Let me move this right here. You know how I like my poll. But I kind of got something special for you guys, especially if you're new to the show. I'm going to rattle for a little bit before I play it because, to let the people gather. But back in 2019, I started a long time ago, and I kind of have a record of my first year of doing this, and it's fun. I think I'll show it to you guys as we celebrate this new year. UK here. Welcome, Muttley from the UK. Thank you for joining us. What awesome. Vic Lit won a community. There you go. Check this out. If you're into Discord, we have a Discord for the Daily Atheist morning show, media network, actually, Daily Atheist. Go over there and sign up for the Discord, and they do all kinds of fun things. It's fun. They do them. I've seen them do fun, especially if you're into Discord, and Friday nights they have a Discord get together where they all chill, and it's groovy. I believe the term is community. They're building a community over there. Let me get you guys this link. Today the question is, if Jesus made New Year's yesterday. The question was if God made New Year's resolutions, what would he be? Well, today the question is if Jesus made a New Year's resolution, what would it be? And let me put our link up here for you folks who want to go over there and vote. Here we go. Okay, if you'd like to go over there and vote, is it going to post? Yes, it worked. Go vote. And but the question is, if Jesus made a New Year's resolution, what would it be? And the options, now, of course, if you're new to the show, I'll tell you, I'm only allowed to make 4 options. If you don't agree with any of these, feel free to leave your own comment and let me know what you think Jesus would make as a New Year's resolution. But the options I gave were starting, oh my God, I hate crosses media campaign, right? I mean, like, what makes anybody think Jesus wants to see a cross? That would be like the last thing I would want to see if I were Jesus. We're like, let me tell you how that went down. Just a thought. Derek Cruz, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Look at all the, yes, good morning. Thank you, Derek. It's been a while. Happy New Year. I hope you had a great 2024. I hope you have a safe and wonderful 2025. I hope you sin safely and all that business. So number 2 on my option was get his nails did. You know, if that's the New Year's resolution. Number 3 was outlaw peekaboo. We have 1 vote for that, I believe. Looking at you, Dane. And then, of course, the last option I gave was ain't telling, snitches get stitches. I just wanted to give folk a way out, you know. And people have left some creative answers. More cowbell, always more cowbell. Mr. Peabody, if you're in the chat, I have to say, always more cowbell. You never go wrong with more cowbell. Idiot Test, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. Yes, good morning. Oh, Chris Wilson. Good morning, Chris. Fellow Chris, spelled with a CH, us reasonable individuals. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're ready for the new year. Do you have planet sinning planned? I have lots of, I gotta tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. You might like this, you might not. Of course, yesterday I dropped a video called, well, it was just a parody commercial for Father Flanagan's line of ghost-scented flesh candles. I'll play it later for fun. I am now working, because I have had a stroke of genius. I realized during my studies and research, highly in depth into ancient texts and foreign languages, I think it was like Google and Translate. But anyway, as I was doing my research, I noticed something. Did you know? And you'll be like, you know what? That sumbitch is right. That's what you're going to say. Have you noticed that with Jesus's sacrifice, we still have to do all the things? You got to do all the things. You got to like bend the knee and kiss the butt and believe and do all those things. But somebody out there, a group of individuals, several groups of various individuals, actually, it did change for them. And after Jesus' sacrifice, their lives were forever altered, and they never had to go through what they had to go through before. And that was the goats and the sheep and the lambs and the calves and the birds and all the critters that the Jews used to sacrifice that the Christians said you don't have to do anymore. They actually are the ones. Am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? They are the ones that were Jesus' sacrifice actually did something for, because they no longer had to be sacrificed. They got to live, as long as they, without being sacrificed upon the altar. So I have discovered Jesus is the God of the goats. I'm going to work on that. Beastmaster, I think. Jesus, the Beastmaster. I'll work on that. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all here and having a great day. Carla, did you get to see? Oh my goodness! Refresh my poll page. Okay, let's see. I will refresh my poll page. Carla, did you get to see? I don't think you were here yesterday. Did you get to see the Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles? Let me know in the chat if you didn't see that. I am dying to play it. All I need is a reason. Let's see, more cowbell. Sorry, damn network. Oh yes, somebody outlaw peekaboo. Turn water into sparkling wine, not just regular wine. Ooh, I like that. No. Put some bubbly in there, some champagne. I like that. Jesus is the God of the gaps. Interesting perspective from Drinkwater. Good morning, Drinkwater. Thank you for joining us. Carla says hi to all who have come in while I was off being Carla. Let's see. Did she see the video? You have. You have not seen this yet. Oh, Carla, my girl. I've been working on this. I have. Okay. Peep this, my home at. Okay, check this out. Okay. And I put it for like. Anyway, here we go. I'll try not to sing along.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no, the Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that pungent smell, light a candle or you're going to hell.
Well, now we know why I'm going to hell. Yeah, so I've been telling you guys, I've been like, all right, I got this commercial coming. It was stewing in my brain. The next one I'm working on is, of course, the smoke throat commercial. I was working on some videos for that this morning before the show. Looking for, I just love what I do. It's fun. I cannot tell you how many times I laughed as I was sitting there. And then, I was sitting there in the living room writing this stuff out, and I was like, what interfaith kind of deal? And I was like, oh, you do you, Jew. And I thought, I had to go. That's not bad. Is that bad? No, it's not bad. That's funny. That's what's funny is what that was. And so, yeah, it was because it's part of the Catholic, Father Flanagan's line of interface outreach program. The You Do You Jew. I'm going to hell. I'm surprised YouTube hasn't said anything, Anyway, but it's one of those that despite the awesomeness of the video itself, it's gotten hardly any views, less than 100 views since I dropped it yesterday. Let me eyeball the situation. And for you, my friends, I will tell you how many views the video has had. I'm surprised. Yeah, it hasn't had a lot of views. Normally I get views. I did actually see that comment. Let me go back. I got to. That's just one of those that has to be read out. Because it's a Father Flanagan's line of flesh-scented candles, Muttley Von Erich ever so wisely or keenly pointed out, does that make it a fleshlight? I guess it would. But I tell you, you'll certainly be able to tell the man who uses one as a fleshlight. His walk will be different. I'm just saying. Good morning, Left-Handed Jedi. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today? Orla, how are you doing? Is making blended recipes a sin now? Are we talking about like blended as in using the milk of a mother goat and boiling its calf in that milk? I don't think you can do that. God might smite you. We actually don't do that here in the house anymore. We've said no, cutting back. Wait, I gotta say something. Good morning to a certain special someone. I don't know if they're still watching. They were able to watch earlier. Good morning, the evil one. I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. She was stalking me on the show earlier, so I'm just saying. Hell with the rest of you guys. I'm talking to the wife, of course. Good morning, everyone. Lots of hearts, lots of hearts. I just had a smashed cheese. I'm pretty sure that's a sin. Yeah, those are delicious. We love those. They're fantastic. Oh yeah, and check it out. For those of you who are new, we do have the Wiggle Butt Zone, where our tech team is worse. Yeah, they are exhausted. So enjoy the tech team. There's Sadie is over there in the middle of the golden puppy. Ollie there. See Ollie? Where's Ollie? He's our new computer engineer. And then of course Daisy is curled up in a little ball. So all our puppies wanted to say hello from the Wiggle Butt Zone. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. That's cool. Let me see. Scott Duke, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. So I have some, Orla says different recipes like making tea infused rice. And that's interesting. Speaking of cutlery, I think they used to have a special stone just for, anyway, they'd make a stone, they'd beat a stone, and that's the stone that they used to remove the flesh from the, that's a long story, kids. Probably not what you signed up for this morning. Mardi Gras is just, Marty has just climbed up to the laptop to say hi to the puppies. Puppies say hi to Marty. Marty's a cat. Looks tasty. The Wiggle Butt Zone. In fact, yes. Good morning to JT. Yes, the Wiggle Butt Zone. That's what we call our dog area over here. I actually have shirts. It says Wiggle Butt Zone on them. Anyway, very cool. Let me scroll down. I just found out that tea infused rice is the thing, so my brain is making recipes. Fantastic. Who'd have thunk it? Marty, hi. Vic. Oh, cool. You guys are awesome. Okay, so a long, long time ago, in a galaxy like this galaxy, in fact, I did a thing. I said, you know what? I'm going to make myself a YouTube channel because I'm smart like that. And so I did. I made a YouTube channel, and you, my friends, are now going to get to enjoy some of that. Listen, bear with me, okay? It's been a long time. I've grown a lot of hair since this moment. All right, so here we go. Hold on. It even has the dates on you, so you'll know when this happened. This is like a celebratory annual thing. Check out my first year of being of doing the Daily Atheist Morning Show. And go. I think it's go. I've done this. I did a little test the other day, but I didn't have any chat set up. So now we're doing chat and getting everything set up, and hopefully, should anybody actually show up, they'll be able to chat. So there we go, getting there. It's like the Spanish Inquisition over here. 1,000 questions. There we go. Now we Critical Cripple was, I think, the only person showed up in my chat that first day. There we go. Does it show up in my live stream? I don't know if it's not showing up in my live stream yet. So we'll see. Okay, hold on. All right, so they should all be there. Tech Gremlins, of course. We're part of the chat box. Yeah. Anyway, family from the beginning. I'll try to work on that as best I can. Watch some training videos. I just slapped this together yesterday, and I've been working on the show for Christmas. I'm releasing the show for Christmas. Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It is Wednesday, January 1st of 2020, the new year. We made it to the new decade. 2020. We did it. We survived. Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist. It is Saturday, February 1st, 2020. Hope everybody's having a good morning. I've got some guests with me this morning for Sci-Fi Saturday. I hope you guys can hear me. Here we go. I'm going to bring on Ring. Ring is going to be my guest host for today.
Yeah.
There you go. Can you hear me, Ring?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you definitely.
Wonderful. And our special guest for today is Dallas Wade.
Morning.
Nice to have you guys. He's got his lightsaber and his Jedi hood. Okay, so that was like February of 2019. Is that what it was? That was a long 2020. Long time ago. I used to try to get guests on every show. That was powerfully difficult. I got guests and guest hosts every day. It was rough. But of course, I've grown a lot of hair since then. So I thought about what I'm going to do is go back to, every year, put out one of these videos. What we're watching is the video I created after doing the first year of the Daily Atheist Morning Show. So you're seeing the opening of the first show of every month for the first year of the Daily Atheist back in 2020. And you'll get to see how the show progressed over time. So that's what we're watching, in case you didn't know. Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It's Monday. We survived the week. I survived the weekend. Did you survive the weekend? It's Monday, March 2nd, 2020. And today I have a special guest, Damien Marie Adhope. I'm sure you are familiar with him. Good morning, Damien.
Hi, I'm Damien Marie Adhope, and I'm an axiological atheist, which is a value theory or a value science atheist.
I used to really love how Damien Marie Adhope, he may still do it. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time. I used to love how he would explain I'm a this, and then he would explain what that was with other terms that you also didn't understand. You want to see what I mean? Let's go back and I'll see what you mean. You'll see what I mean.
Hi, I'm Damien Marie Adhope, and I'm an axiological atheist,
Which means what? Let's understand.
A value theory or a value science atheist.
I was like, what does that mean? Fun stuff. It's been a long time since I've seen any, but I heard that Justin Downing went Muslim on us and then went away for various reasons, if my memory serves correctly. I'm not really sure, but let's carry on like we don't know nothing. Go. Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It is Wednesday, the 1st of April. We just went over this. It's Wednesday, the 1st of April. How you guys doing? It is the middle of the week, though it does not feel like the middle of the week, does it? I mean, now, for all you guys who don't know, I want to do this real brief. For all you guys out there who don't know, I worked myself out of a job. I was an IT person. I went into this place. Their IT was really bad. I fixed it up to where they're owning. That was kind of my excuse, my reasoning anyway. Moving on to the next one. Then Robert Pete. Oh, I'm not even on the screen. Oh, yeah, I'm on the screen. Robert Pete and Godless Granny were fun. I enjoyed having it. Come on, man. Hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. It is Friday, finally Friday, the 1st of May. Hi, guys. How you doing? Are you ready for the weekend? Or did you have it was kind of a weird week. It was awkward, strange. We got a lot going on today. I've got Godless Granny and Ed, the grumpy old dude, is joining me, and Robert Pete is also here with me. Good morning, everyone. All right, then. Show. It is Monday. We made it. We made it to the week. Well, we made it through the weekend. I guess I made it through the weekend. Now we got to do the Mondays. And I've got a lot more hair since then. I don't care for Mondays. Mondays just kind of been joining me this morning. I'm gonna pause that real quick because that's just driving me nuts to watch it. I don't know why. It's just driving me nuts. Let me check the chat and say hello to everybody this morning. And ask some questions. I do actually have some questions. Do you guys actually have any good resolutions for this year? I'm as skinny as I'm gonna get, so I don't have any of that kind of resolution. I could work out more, eat more green veggies. Yeah. But otherwise, what about you guys? Do you have any good New Year's resolutions going on? Let me get my chat back up for my screen here. I see. Donald Trump's convictions. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Tidy your room. There you go, Muttley Von Erich. I want to go up just a second. Did I miss? Sandy said, oh, haven't seen Ring. Yes. I haven't seen any of them in many moons, any of those friends from the old show. Yeah, I guess I need to see if I can catch up with some of them. Vic Lit, oh, Schnauzers. I heard about the tea bags being bad for you because of the microplastics thing. I was kind of curious, is there anything these days that doesn't have microplastics in it? Just like the air we breathe, does it? I thought they said like we have microplastics passing through our blood-brain barrier. So I don't know if tea bags are really that much of an issue. Maybe. Good morning, Kelly. How are you doing today? Kelly Laughlin says about 20. Oh, Don't listen to that jackass. There we go. Kelly Laughlin, not me. Kelly Laughlin, about 20 years ago, I resolved to stop making resolutions. It's the only one I ever kept. There you go. You know, I don't know myself. Yes, see, Viclet, it is indeed kind of impossible to avoid microplastics. So, Carla J says, my resolution is to make it to 2026. I barely made it here. Well, I'm wishing you the best. Yeah. 2025, I'm hoping, is going to be a very good year for well, of course, we haven't talked a lot of politics since the end of the show, right? Or since the election. We do talk politics normally on the show, and over time we're going to come back into it as the horror. We see how Donald Trump is going to rule. So, but other than that, I'm hoping we'll have a really good 2025. The show, I've got lots of awesome plans for the show. I'm actually got a book that's lock safe in here planned. Got most kind of ready. So this year it's going to happen. The channel, of course, is growing. The Discord, we're building a community over on Discord. I'm kind of eager to see what happens. I hear stories about Discord being pretty awesome and people digging it. So I'm looking forward to it. I've even stepped back my whole acting thing a little bit because I'm just so focused on this. I'm a OCD kind of person. And I go right on this thing. And it's really hard for me. I popped open my phone. Oh, it's up there. I popped open my phone yesterday and I had the Duolingo and I'm sitting there doing French and the wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing French. She's like, no. Put that down. Put it down. Step away. She's like, the last thing you need to do is get OCD on something else. You get this damn show. And I'm like, okay. Just because she knows how my brain works. Idiot Test says, I like my microplastics with a sprinkle of fluoride and well smogged. Of course. Excellent. And of course, with the, all the goodies that come with that. I'll have my new computer. Oh, you have a new computer. Oh. So you getting a new fancy computer, Carla J? I need a new computer. This thing here, I'm going to shoot this I'm grateful. Actually, to be honest, don't you guys think that it seems this way to me? Since I switched from Streamlabs to OBS, a week and a half ago, it sure seems like things run a lot smoother. Ollie's growling in his sleep. It's very cute. The little white one is just sitting over growling. You may not be able to hear him. It's cute. Okay. Hey, Rich, how you doing this morning? Thank you for joining us. Nice to have you. Good fancy one, huh? Good morning, John McCann. Good morning and Happy New Year's. I hope we all make it through the year. Me too, as I was just saying. I'm hoping that our 2025 is. I hope it's not as bad as we prophesy that it could be. I'm hoping not. We'll see what happens. JT says colored plastics are much more difficult to sell and usually incinerated or landfilled. Unfortunately, colors are so common for branding. Yeah. Jesse Bear. See, people are born with microplastics in them. I wonder if it'd be like, how so you can tell when something was made by like a steel, I think it is. Anything made after a certain year has got radioactive materials in that steel. So for like medical equipment, if they need steel to make certain medical equipment, radiology or something like that, they have to go find old battleships that were built before, to get the steel they need because of the radioactive material. Any steel that has been processed since the nuclear weapons were testing and all that began has this, and that could actually be a delineator in the epoch of man, an epoch of man, not unlike what we're talking about here in the chat. There was a time before when we were born with plastics in our body and not born. How are our bodies over time going to react to that? Evolve to deal with that sort of situation. So we'll see. Man, you guys, the chat is awesome. You chat here is awesome. I do want to go back to our poll here. I've got, let me see here. Yep. Let me check something. I think the thing is broken. It has been stuck. Go. And it's still there. if the teacher already knew the outcome of the test, do you want the teacher to give the student a grade before the student took the test? Good morning, Rich. Nice to have you. Left-handed Jedi says bacteria in the ocean have evolved to break down plastics. They are, in fact. That's what I've heard, that they're working on. Did you guys hear about this thing? They're working on a chiral bacteria or chiral life. It's the second kind of life. All life has got like right-handed molecules or left-handed molecule, depending on blah, 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 blah. But they were working on creating a certain new kind of life, a bacteria that would have an alternate, so it wouldn't interact with any bacteria or whatever. And then they became very concerned that suddenly they realized that we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves from it, our immune systems or whatever. And it would just like ravage the world. It could literally be a world-ending kind of megaphage that destroyed any kind of life it came in contact with. Of course, could also be the other way around. Anytime it came into anything, it couldn't survive because our world is pretty shit and kills everything that comes near it. I'm just saying. JT says, Chris Mallard, you just reminded me of the time scientists raised an ancient shipwreck to get less active lead for a neutrino detector. Yeah, there's, stuff like that. Interesting things. Lots of sciencey, nerdy stuff going on. Carla J, thank you for that. Says, we had to get old steel like that at the biopharmaceutical equipment plant I worked at. See, that's what I do, people. I drink coffee. I know stuff. You guys are awesome. Trump's 34 convictions. I was around 34 when I started my second divorce. What a coincidence. Orla says, if the teacher basically mapped out an entire school career to the point of managing somebody's entire social interactions in school and at home and in public, so that's studying behavior. There's this notion of I think what they're trying to do is wiggle around this argument of, well, if it's all part of God's plan, do we have free will? And that's their way of kind of getting around that. I think that's what's going on there. But you guys do it. Get after Raven Lunatic. I was telling my wife about you. Because sometimes we rewatch the show and I just sit there and rewatch myself masturbate. That's a Pastor Dane joke. If Pastor Dane were here, I used to say that he used to accuse me of being such a narcissist. Anyway, so we were sitting here and watching the show last night, and I was telling her, hey, did you see about Raven Lunatic? And she said no. And we got distracted and something else came up before we ever got to your part of the show. So I was telling her about you. So you do exist. I know for sure. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Shame. Shame. Happy New Year, Raven Lunatic. Yes. Rich, the answer to the answer to why does God allow sifting from wheat from chaff? Why does God allow evil? Oh, that's not a very good answer, though. See, that's like, we're like, that's a horribly unmerciful God to create beings solely for the purpose of being the chaff later. That's what you're saying. I know you kind of understand it that way, but that's what you're saying. I will create thee so I could burn thee in fire. I am an evil god monster. A pit demon from hell. I mean, you're saying there's this narrow few that are the wheat, and the chaff is like everybody else. And God knows this ahead of time. I mean, it sounds even dumber when I say it out loud like that, doesn't it? Jesse Bear, coolest science thing I recently heard of was that the possibility of menstrual fluid being full of stem cells. Oh, that would be cool. The medical treatment that could be done with those stem cells are amazing. That would be such a fantastic scientific breakthrough. Can you imagine the hand wringing, the pearl clutching, the oh my God from the Christian? I just can't imagine how they would. Oh, it would be so. Medical uses from that. That would be so fantastic. Kelly, agnosticism is the idea that the question of whether or not God exists is meaningless. This is because the word God is not defined in a way that is clear or consistent. There you There are a lot of different schools of thought. You know, I just skip to the right. There ain't no God. I don't care what you call it. Based on what we know of a God, or what here's my thinking, and this is really the deal. Based on their claims. Okay, I ain't making no claims. I'm just saying, you make a claim, and they've made claims, and no, I ain't buying it. That's kind of how it went for me, really. God knows the outcome of your life, but you would complain if not given a chance to take the exam. Why have me at all? Why not create a perfect world where all your wheat get to live and you don't have to create chaff? And what happens to chaff? I mean, what's the big deal about chaff? That you create me knowing I'm not going to pass the test, and then the cost for passing that test is what? This price you pay for not passing this really short, tiny little life in a way that this creature thinks you should. You don't, and you get an eternity of damnation and burning, or whatever, whichever perspective of nutbaggery you follow. And you get that for this tiny little thing. That makes sense. And that God creature just sits there and says that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create all these things, billions of animals, people, let's call them people, billions of people. And those people are going to live, die, and serve no other purpose than being the chaff. Dang, you know, what do you got? What do you got against chaff? Let me catch up here in the chat. I was raving for a moment. So you would rather be given a grade without taking the exam? It almost sounds like the same person. One person is in Internet Explorer and the other person is in Chrome. Hey, Rich. That's fascinating. No, I'm not comparing Rich to Dane. That's different. Sorry, my thoughts were my thoughts. My thoughts to your thoughts. Kelly says, it has been my experience that even two people sitting next to each other in the same pew don't have the same exact idea of what God is. That's true. That's a good point. I see that as a valid point. In the battle against the oppression of religion, that is an honorable stance. You know, I dig it. Rich says, sin create chaff. God didn't create it. You don't hear your own words. It's like, is this not part of God's plan? I mean, these people, man. Is there what? Good morning, native atheist. What are you doing? Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. I still have a little bit of it. I didn't drink that much wine. I drank a little bit of wine last night. The wife's going, I had a headache. I seem to get a headache when I drink any kind of alcohol. It's not fair. Why do other people get to drink alcohol and I don't get to drink alcohol? I get a stupid headache. It's stupid. Every time. I was laying there in bed, I was like, oh man, it's like 12 or something. I knew I wasn't sick. I just a minor, tiny little, right between here and here, headache. I'm like, son of the beach. And I got the ache of the head. And then little Ollie got sick. He did. Little Ollie got sick. He was all sick and puking. I pitched him off the bed. You know how it is whenever you hear a dog rat, rat, rat at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning. I was up with the puppy, loving on Ollie for a little while, but he's quite resilient, especially when it comes to his stomach and food. So there was that. Maya says that sucks. Maybe drink more water with your alcohol. I think that's a great idea. I will try it when I do it. I was kind of hoping, because I don't drink a lot. I'm a pothead. But when I do, I usually when I drink, I'm seeking. I want to like chill and get a buzz. I don't like getting drunk. That's not really me. I like, a little bit. But a little bit enough to give me what is a buzz and kind of make me feel good. I'm not stumbling. I'm not being stupid. I'm really I love on the dogs more, in a non-theist kind of way. You know what I mean? Kelly Laughlin, chaff has lots of uses. That's right. I know, right? It's like, I saw it was Rick, and I mistook Rick for his messenger. I was like, oh, I thought they were the same person. They may be the same person. thank you, Maya, again for joining us. Nice to see you this morning. There you are. Happy New Year. Hope you have a wonderful New Year. Yes, Jesse Bear. Yeah. I'm just one of those that. All right, Rich says, it sounds like you blame God for the sins of humans. No, it sounds like you say God lays out the plans and knows everything and what's always going to happen. And if he does, then he knows we're going to do those things. And he built us, created us specifically to those things, and knew before he created us that we were going to do those things and burn us in hell forever. That's your claim. Yeah. And there's another thing, like I was mentioning, you may not like this. I don't know. I had a recent revelation. I had a stroke, if you will, of genius. And I'm working on a video about it. I decided not to do the whole top 10 thing on this one. Although it was valid, I thought it would be a good one to just do it in a long format. But I'm working currently on a 10 to 15 minute video specifically about why Jesus was not sacrificed for your sins, or that his sacrifice did not do anything for you. It actually did things for goats and sheep and calves and birds, because with Jesus' sacrifice, the Jews no longer had to do that. So Jesus is actually the savior of goats. He's the savior of goats. I'm telling you, the goats and the sheep and the lambs. That's who Jesus saved. With his sacrifice, you no longer have to sacrifice goats. I'm saying goats are free now. All the goats. I went Scottish on you. I don't never go Scottish. Stay with the Irish. The Scottish and the Irish are just like the Irish rolling your R's to a point you can't understand what the hell they're saying. Sorry. Idiot test. Anything perfect is destroyed by the sin of man. See, and they wonder why we call them a bot. It's like, you're not listening to me. You're not listening. Do you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? And I bet Left-Handed Jedi knows exactly what that's from. Idiot test. Rich needs to explain why sin is, why it's bad, why God created it or allowed it, and how it's good before he can make any legitimate claim. I mean, at the very least, goodness gracious. This whole God knows everything from the beginning to the end. Well, if he does, then he knew I was going to hell and he created me anyway. Right? You just kind of have to drop one claim. Skunks, did Skunk show up? Good morning, Skunks and Junk. Thank you for joining us. Are you here? Did you sneak in? Somebody said, oh, Skunks and Junk. There you go. You're awesome. Good morning. I hope you had a wonderful night. I hope you had a wonderful 2024. I hope you're ready for 2025. I am ready for 2025. I'm anticipating having a really good time for 2025. Me and the evil one. Yeah, I was really looking forward to watching a year of me. That first video I popped up, I just couldn't bear it. I couldn't bear it. Well, I have to be like, you should have kept it. I was like, no. Let me see what's going on here. I'm just checking things. I'm going to post our poll here. If you have not voted, I would like to know your thoughts. If Jesus made New Year's resolutions, what would they be? Oh, wow. Starting, oh my God, I hate crosses media campaign is leading the results so far. Let me copy and paste a link for you. Pour vous, mon ami. I have a new subscriber. The Hole in Vance's couch. Just subscribed. Good morning, The Hole in Vance's couch. I hope you're a fellow burner. You sound like a lot of fun. There's the link if you want to go vote. Use a handy wipe, though. I'm just saying. Clean up first. Theoretically, good morning, Oh, I did see Ollie Man earlier. Good morning, Ollie Man. Thank you for joining us. Rich, if this teacher created the students and their tendency to do what he condemns, OFC, he's, Rich doesn't, I'm not even sure Rich is real at this point. Ollie says, damn, 2025 did not start off well in the USA. 10 dead and 30 more in a hospital in New Orleans after a driver uses his car as a weapon on Bourbon Street last night. Was it an atheist? Was it a drag queen? I'm just curious if it was an atheist or a drag queen. I hadn't even heard nothing about that. I hadn't checked the news at all. The wife even suggested I should start part of the show, like a tiny little part of the show, and call it like Theocracy Watch, and just do a little news section on what the latest religious nutbag has done to unalive some other religious nutbag. Now, that has altered my disposition. I'm curious. Now I'd like to go know what that's all about. So, wowzers. Orla, apart from the fact that literally everyone has a different opinion on what what perfect is, and since God made us in his image, apparently that means even he has no idea. Here's an interesting thought. Sacrifices were meant to be oftentimes unblemished. They were supposed to be the best, right? And you treated them well. You know, like the goat, for example, they're going to bring a goat up. They don't beat the goat all the way. They treat the goat well. It's not supposed to have any bruises or broken bones, and it's supposed to be the best of their flock. You know, they treasure that goat. That's not what happened with the Romans. The Romans are the ones, the Romans are the ones who executed, I said the E word, executed Jesus. And they did not do any of that business. Jesus was quite broken. Now you're going to go, he was spiritually perfect, right? Because now you're going to move the bar. But that was never it was never in the rules for the Old Testament for the ancient Jews to where, oh no, it's okay that I beat the shit out of this goat. Its spirit is perfect. That was not a qualifier. And so the notion to go that Jesus was, this perfect sacrifice, well, no, he was quite blemished by the fact, allegedly, that he was executed, right? So there's that. That's why I'm really enjoying this. I'm doing a whole series of videos, my friends, an entire series of videos on why Jesus was not sacrificed. Yes. Pardon me, damp lung. Stock up on Plan B and abortion meds because free will, right? Yeah, right. They're not imposing their theocracy. So maybe an idea of Theocracy Watch is probably a good idea. Just pop open a little bit of news. I could even reach out to my friends like you guys and say, hey, keep an eye out for something. Let me know, and we'll add it to the Theocracy Watch and just call it out as they do whatever they do. Oh, look, Arkansas, they're getting Bibles in the school in Arkansas. Really, the Freedom from Religion Foundation actually does this. I should link up with them. Martin, good morning. How are you doing, Martin? I saw you there earlier. I saw the hole in Vance's couch. I don't know that. There we go. Good morning. We'll just figure out. We'll work and see who it is as we go along. Man, the chat is going. You guys are fantastic. Yeah, I was wondering too, Kelly, how you been doing? If you're feeling better, because I got to be honest, man, I really enjoy giving you shit, and I just don't feel like I can do that in good conscience when you're not feeling well. So if you'll let me know, thank you, Jesse Bear, for the 2000 penny. No, never mind. Thank you, Jesse, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Let me read this here. Sin safely in 2025, my fellow heathens. Indeed, sin safely. Thank you very much for that. I very much appreciate you. And all of our channel support. I'm actually going to get the shirts made up for my channel that we're going to sell. We're going to start selling them here on this channel. Sin safely, my friends. Yep, that's my thing. So thank you for that. Very much. I appreciate you. Hear that, puppies? We're not having to eat out of the dumpster today. I don't make them eat out of the dumpster, just me. Look how skinny I'm getting. You're like, he's funny. He's a funny man. Yeah, I do hope you get better. That way I can sin safely with lube and condoms. If you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, I do hope you get better. That's cool. Thank you for that. Carla J, there we go. Upward continue. I want to do another show with you. I still need to reach out to Greg, man. I need to reach out to Greg, and I'd be like, hey man, you got any of those live call-in shows laying about? I'm craving, I'm fiending. See if he'll let me do it. The guy in New Orleans. Let me catch up here. JT's talking about Rich. Yeah. You guys enlighten Rich as best you can. People like that, I don't believe will ever be enlightened from the outside. They have to come to enlightenment from the inside. And hopefully they'll just listen and they'll get there. Martin says you don't have to physically feed your pups yourself. The pups are fed. I used to say twice a day by a beautiful woman, but now I feed them in the evenings and she feeds them in the morning. So chicken and vegetables and all the best things dogs could possibly want. Yeah, so they eat better than I do, I say. That's my fault though. We treat our dog. I would never let my dog have that. Let me go take a handful of pills now. Are you talking about? Oh, all right, Jesse Bear. I'll get them up there. I've been working on what to do. Just text, or I think probably just text is cool. We'll start with that for fun. Send safely, my friends. I'll work on that. Solid water. Oh, yep. You guys are wonderful. Rich. God created free will. God knows the outcome that does not make him responsible for people's decisions. But he knows they're going to do it before he creates them. So why create them? By the billions. Why create the shaft, man? Why do you, if you're the Almighty God, why can't you just create wheat? Just like wheat without the chaff. Chaff, whatever. Use your reason, Leonidas. Michael McDoesn't exist. Good morning, Michael McDoesn't exist. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Dan Nation, fellow burner. Yeah. It's okay. Keeps the chat lively. There it is, his messenger. Repent. That's how you know he gets into the chat. I'll drop a hint for you, Chris Mallard. Do you really want to talk to Katie? Oh, okay. So, rule of acquisition number 33. It always never hurts to suck up to the boss. So, first of all, knowing who to suck up is important. I'll work on that. The Mighty Filbert has become a member. Oh, a member. Wow. The Mighty Filbert. Thank you for becoming a member to the channel. Now I have to go dance, monkey dance. Actually, one of the things I want to share with all of my friends is that I'm going to start dedicating Wednesdays to working on member stuff, just to kind of get my rose in a dark. My channel is growing very fast, and I appreciate you all. Yes, and we also do live streams. Matter of fact, one other thing I'm going to start doing for live stream, here's kind of the deal. People will be a supporter of me at whatever level they choose, right? And I will give as best I can, and you're wonderful, and I'll just let my members, we'll figure all that out. There's levels, and I drop videos, blah, blah, blah. But I'm really considered, and the wife and I were talking about it, the evil one, we're talking about it, about doing a Sci-Fi Saturday show like we used to do, but do it just for members only. And, because that's fun. And because I love doing Sci-Fi Saturday. Deep State Annex. Good morning. Welcome, Deep State. Lots of new faces. Thank you all for joining us this morning. New names. I don't know if you're a new face, but you're certainly a new name. Thank you for joining us. So that clearly looks like a new, look at you. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Damnation. So I do have a poll here. Goodness, Chris, I got away from myself. I got a poll. Oh, and it's almost top of the hour. I have a commercial for you guys I want to play. If you're new to the channel, I'm about to offend some people. Let me post this here. Let's go. If you're familiar, I like to run a poll. Here's the question of the day, du jour. The question du jour is, if Jesus made a New Year's resolution, what would it be? Options, of course, are, and this is my personal favorite, start an "Oh my God, I hate crosses" media campaign. That's where I think he would start. Number 2, the option coming in number 2 as well, is get his nails did. I personally, I was proud of that one. Okay. Number 3, outlaw peekaboo. Again, one of my personal favorites, but it doesn't really, it's lackluster. It's just, I just don't think it would be a thing that's what I think he would do. And then I ain't telling snitches get stitches comes in there. Turn water into sparkling wine, just not regular wine. Be creative with it. Can I get some like Dr. Pepper? I don't want wine. It gives me a headache. I would like coffee. Coffee that doesn't give me the jitters. But yet I still get my caffeine fix off of it. That would be nice. I don't want a lot. I'm simple. Let's see. Outlaw peekaboo. Yeah, dang. To exist would be a good option. Yes. This person here took the question way too seriously. That's okay, though. And then, of course, Mr. More Cowbell. How to rule an asteroid. Where have you been, all you wonderful people? Hold on a second. Damn long. Thank you. So, this guy comes in. We've circled all the way back to the very first thing he hit my chat with is prove God doesn't exist. We started with this like days ago, man. Okay, you do you, boo. Okay, I'm gonna go fill up my coffee. You guys check out this Nuevo commercial. I think you're gonna love. If you're new to the channel, you're gonna think this is, or you're not, and you're gonna hate me. There may be pitchforks and they call them cross lightings in my yard. But we'll see what happens.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no, the Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that pungent smell, light a candle or you're going to hell.
Okay, so the new viewers to the channel, if you just push your jaw up like that, it'll be okay. You might need to cross yourself after watching that. Martin, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yes. I really do enjoy, I enjoy making that kind of stuff. Thank you guys for, they're like, oh my God. You guys are fantastic. Ooh, you guys, it says, Dane, it's Atheist you're smelling. Actually, as part of our line of upcoming flesh scented candles, we will have human scented flesh candles. Pork, be like pork. Yes, that's coming. So look out for that. For those of you looking for the, human scented flesh candles, because that's what Christians are, right? The Christian. That's what it's going to say. Christian brand, it's like Father Flanagan's along the top, and it'll have a person there, like, and they'll be like Christian flavored flesh candle. Because they're all wrong. They're all going to hell. Just ask them. Hey, matter of fact, Rich was in here a minute ago saying, you're going to hell and you're going to hell. And everybody else, his messengers, like, repent or what? And it's not just us. They think this about other Christians. I remember it was like the last day we saw Pastor Huckleberry, Pastor Dean. Last day we saw him in the chat. I was like, why are you messing with us? There's other Christians out there that actually believe in your God, but you think they're going to hell. They're heretics. You should be working and spending your time to convert them. Maybe he saw the light and he hasn't come back here since. I don't actually believe that. I saw him in another chat and he said I was boring. He didn't want to come here no more. I think it's because I said he was hateful. He's like, I'm not hateful. And the other people are like, damn, you need to keep it down, brother, because we know how you are. And this was on my chat. It was the 25th anniversary. No, it was the Crystal, Pragmatic Crystal. Thank you, Pragmatic Crystal Show. So Theophilist, good morning, Theophilist. Catholic candles, Catholics mean universal, but you'll notice at the end of it, I did mention, and there was a little cross, a Star of David on one of the candles, at least one of them, and at the end of it, I did mention Father Flanagan, that it was part of Father Flanagan's line of interfaith outreach program, or the You Do You Jew program. You really should pay more attention. I'm just saying. Because I'm funny some bitch. And if you're not paying attention, then you're not going to get all the jokes. Okay. A known atheist author called her dog God. What a fascinating. Oh, I wouldn't want to do that to my dog, though. Be like, Jesus, get over here. Catholics love their symbolism. They do, really, they do. Everyone is someone. That's a fantastic point, his messenger. You're getting there. You're getting there. Does that also apply to people of color and gay people? I'm just curious how you think about that. Good morning, Scotty. How are you doing today? Rich, if you want to debate, why aren't you on Discord? There are people who actually enjoy debating, and they're on our Discord. There's a link. If you hit the, there's a link from FitClip. So feel free to go over there and do some debating. Visitate with people. Hey, his messenger, let me ask you a question. Do you have like 7 or 8 brothers? If the answer is no, all of those brothers you don't have, they don't exist. Your question, how can you not exist? Your question is like, Father Flanagan's Sunday Mass exercise video. No, we can't show that. No. No. Wait a second. There it is.
Is your humble parish tired of constant litigation? Drained by bloodthirsty lawyers sucking the collection plate dry? Well, finally, no more threats of jail time and public humiliation. Try Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys. Cute little fellas, eyes and mouth wide with surprise. Complete with lifelike tears. Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys. Coming to a Walmart near you.
So there. Yes, we were talking about those people. Paul Camish, thank you for the public service. And hi, Paul Camish. Is Paul Camish? Oh, you snuck in. You're working today to keep the roads safe. 3 hours to go until the end of the shift. Well, thank you out there, Paul. You're a, what do you call a pensioner? Aren't you a pensioner? So you're out there doing this volunteer work, like, but you're ex-military kind of dudes, kind of guy that would beat my ass in a bar. So thank you again for what you're doing. Stay safe out there. Father Flanagan, Sunday Mass. Please do not put the image into my head of asking. I get that, Orla. I see where that was going. I read your brain. You naughty girl. You naughty. My asking, if I ever make a Discord channel, I'll put in a debate room that only one person can enter, so debate bros have a space to GTF. You know, interesting. Mr. Warlock, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, love the altar boys. Thank you for that, Scotty. That's one of my favorites. So the wife wanted me to make that for a very long time. It was the Catholics that finally prodded me into making it. Let's get our chat back up there. That's good. Deep State Annex. The Jesus rejected me for caring about the poor. Yeah. My dad, my mother, not that you guys want to know this, my mother and I didn't really have a very good relationship for most of our lives. But she's the one who got me into Star Trek and all that business. She was a low-grade Christian, I guess, if you will, whenever I was younger. And then quite a ways before she passed, she became an atheist. For her for her funeral, she didn't want a service. She wanted a barbecue, and that's what we did. My dad, on the other hand, I was closer to him, and he always believed all the way to the end in God. But of course, I didn't become an atheist until after that. So, his messenger, you're going on about something out there. Just catching up with the chat. Maybe I should do that on my own time. Continuously swallowed by black holes and occasionally being spewed out by white holes. You know, there's a lot of interesting science out there, and I appreciate all that interesting science. I think that'd be a fun show to have about the universe and the beginning of the universe. I don't think there is any science out there, despite what the individuals in the chat, the claims they are making. I don't think there's any science out there that proves anything about God. Nothing. Zero nothing. It's embarrassing that you try to shove that in there. Jesse Bear says, as a recovered Catholic, Father Flanagan needs more money grab commercials. The Catholic Church loves a grift. True enough. Well, I know this is going to sound both apropos and awkward, but I'm literally going to try to actually start selling real candles like that. They're parody candles, of course, but why not? So Father Flanagan will actually be shucking his own crap. I never thought, years ago, whenever I come up with Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys, I just never thought that people would like that as much as, they did. I don't think that's going to happen, Carla J. Carla J says, Rich learned to debate and then come back. I don't think he's listening. He's too busy talking both on this and his, other account, and he can't really keep a thought. The Big Bang is a hypothesis. It isn't proven. Again, go do some homework. It's one of the things about the Big Bang. What was before the Big Bang? We don't know. You don't know. Maybe it was a whole bunch of Big Bangs. You don't know. This notion that your God did it and that your God didn't have a Big Bang. Maybe your God did have a Big Bang. But this is no time for romance. And so maybe that's the situation. This could be 1,000. There could be a zillion million universes that came and happened before. And you look at it's just crazy. It's narcissistic that the creator of the entire universe thinks about you at all. It's powerfully let alone has a personal relationship with you. If you know anything about the history of Jesus and the history of religion, all that stuff, most of the time they don't even think that. But carry on. Google is not proof. That's a good point. Drink water. The Bible is amazing to have described creation perfectly. No, I don't think it did. In the beginning, there was darkness. I don't know that there was. Was there darkness? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Jesse Bear, I bet even non-Catholic Christians would like these candles. Yes, I think so too. I'd buy one for my mother once available. Yeah, a goat-scented flesh candle. And see, I think really I should just get off I need like an assistant because I'm an idea man is what I am. Anyway, so here's my thinking. You could get like a chicken, because surely they have candles out there that smell like chicken, right? And that would be your bird sacrifice. And then the goat and the beef could be like barbecue sacrifice. And then your human version could be like pork, if you smell like pork. These are my thinkings. I'll just see if that can make that happen. God Magic. Godwin, good morning. How are you doing? Interesting name. How to rule an asteroid. I haven't seen you. I was just thinking about you the other day. I hope you've been doing good and staying safe, sinning safely. Did you have a good 2024? I hope you did. I hope you have lots of safe sinning planned for 2025. White holes probably didn't exist, in your opinion. I'm no physicist. You could stop there. No. I should stop there. I'm no physicist like me and my eye. Anyway, but if the core of a star is solid, would a black hole not be a solid object? I fail to understand how a solid object. That's an interesting point. Here's a thought I've had, and I think it goes along with what you're saying, Donald Trump's 34 convictions. And I will also preface mine with wisely as you did. I am not a scientist. But to me, they talk about how a star will get so heavy and then become a black hole because its gravity will no longer allow the light out. I get that. That's cool. It doesn't change the nature of the star. So I think in a lot of cases, great many cases, once you get close and through the event horizon to where the light can't get out, and once you get to where you can actually see what you're seeing, you just see a really big star. That's all you're going to see. The light just can't get out. That's what it was before it became a black hole. And the only difference between the before and the after is that the gravity reached a point to where the light could no longer escape. Then it kept sucking things in and burning them up and become more and more and more and more and more. I don't see how all of a sudden the light's going to, it's going to stop being that. That's my thinking. If I were thinking, man, I have never been called that, not without repercussions. Godwin says, I bet sacrifice came from people feeling guilt about killing something. I wonder, I'm interested and curious about how real sacrifices came about. Their notion of getting their sins off of them. Was it about guilt juice being squirted out in the brain? They were feeling guilt and compelled to do something to get that guilt off of their heart, for lack of a better term. And by sacrificing an animal, they were doing that. Now, to me, I like animals. I would see that as hard. However, this is something that we don't often think about. The same people who were sacrificing these animals also probably killed these animals, gutted them, and ate them on the regular. So the difference, it's not nowadays for us to do that. That would be really freaking weird for me to go try to kill a cow or some business. But back then it was like common for them to do that, to offer like their best one up and to give it willingly for nothing. That's different. The conversation. Yeah, Hawking radiation. I don't know that I ever talk about sacrificing goats and Hawking's radiation in the same conversation. Idiot Test says the Bible is evidently errant in its claim about the workings of the natural world time and again. Really, it's interesting. In the beginning, there was darkness, and then God created this and this and this. And on the fourth day, he created the stars. It's interesting. I think if I remember right, it's been a while since I've gotten into that part. His messenger, get him, Raven, get him. I just, hey, Cucker, I was just talking to my wife about you. I was like, where has Cucker Tarleson been? I hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you. Welcome to the show this morning. I have been going on about myself and checking the chat. I do have a poll going, but Godwin says, I agree. Boss from guilt to eat meat. That may be so. Maybe so. I don't know. Interesting. Why they would do it. Let me get our poll up over here. Let me refresh it here. And we will see the question of the day is, if Jesus, come on now, if Jesus made a New Year's resolution, what would it be? The options are start an "Oh my God, I hate crosses" media campaign. I mean, right? Well, why do Christians, and if you're Christians and you're in the chat, riddle me this, Batman. Why do you think Jesus would want to see a cross? What would possibly make you think he would want to see a cross after all that time? If you would please give me an answer in the chat. I mean, like, it's a symbol of his suffering or pain or whatever business like that, but it's nothing he didn't want that. This is things his followers or sycophants attached to him later that he was attached to begin with. I didn't even know I was attached to him later. That was funny. But are you picking up what I'm putting down? Why? Why would he want to see a cross? What's up with that? Especially a full-blown crucifix, where it's actually got a little mostly naked Jesus on there. Why would you want to see that? Kelly Laughlin says, there you go. I got you. You're saying things. Pardon me. Let me catch up on the chat here. Godwin, look at the trees. All you wonderful. Look at all you go. Okay. Oh, yes. Back to my point. On point, man. The question of the day, though, start an "Oh my God, I hate crosses" media campaign. That's really what I think, too. Obviously, 48% of the people think that, too, is what he would do. Let me give you a link here so you can go do that voodoo that you do so well. Excellent. There was no global FUD. Cuddly Unicorn. Goodness gracious. Thank you. Welcome to our our first. No, it's not our first. Welcome to the January 1st, 2025 live stream of the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Cuddly Unicorn. And I saw a new name. Aestro AI. Aestro I. I'm a Christian. I agree 100%. It wasn't a Christian symbol for the first 300 years. Thank you for that answer. Thank you. I appreciate that. Why? Again, why would he want to see that? Did you? Oh, you did see my new commercial? I'm glad you got to see it, Cuddly Unicorn. I'm really proud of it. I am going to watch it again before we're done. I am. So back to our poll here. Let me make sure I did post you guys a link. Good. So start an "Oh my God, I hate crosses" media campaign. Get his nails did. Outlaw peekaboo, or I ain't telling snitches get stitches. So those are your options. You're welcome to leave a comment down here, and we will, possibly read it out if it's not offensive. Looking at you, Dane. Looking at you, Dane. Here we go. And there's your link, guys, just in case you want to go give that a lick. Oh, hey, Chris Mallard just did a thing. Don't trust that guy. So those are your options. Right now we've got 42 votes, it said, upon the last refresh. Let's see what happens here. Jesse Bear says, I had a similar conversation with my religious mother. She agreed a crucifix is not a good symbol because it isn't showing him rise. So an empty cross is her go-to. Interesting perspective. Yeah, that is interesting. Dane says, I've been researching the Planck constants lately. That's some deep thought. Well, that'll keep you busy for a while. That will keep you out of trouble for a while. I recommend like a good indica heavy hybrid for that kind of thought patterns myself. That's what I would do. Skeptics and Scoundrels, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. Skeptics, in an alternate universe, Jesus died choking on a pretzel. Christians wear them around their necks and argue over whether it was assaulted or unsalted. Yeah, was it the salted, the little briny, sticky parts of a salt that got stuck in his throat? Was that? Yeah. And would Jesus want to see a pretzel? Maybe instead of having, I've seen those where it's Jesus like, oh. Usually it's more like Columbia, though. If you know who Columbia is like, anyway, usually like Columbia, but sometimes you see Jesus look like that. I like Gutsick Gibbon, Carla J. I haven't got to watch enough of her stuff because I'm lazy and I don't do that sort of thing, but I do appreciate her work. Let me go over here. And let's see, our vote, 42 votes so far. So far, start, and oh my God, I Hate Crosses media campaign was top on the list of what Jesus would probably do. Not a soul, TJ, but a glorified body. Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. That's one of the very interesting, Kelly Laughlin, I've seen the argument from the Christians again also about how did those skeletal remains of those dinosaurs get up on those mountains and all that business? We got answers for that. Science answers that question quite easily, over and over and over again. It's surprising that we still hear those things. It's like they have this big, huge rock over in Turkey that looks like kind of like a long thing, and they think it's the Noah's Ark, so they built a little park by it, and it's just a rock. Oh, and you would think enough people would go there and go, hey, this is just a rock. But interesting, they don't. Wow, yeah, so you know this scoundrel, do you? This Skeptics and Scoundrel. Welcome to the show. What kind of wood did the Romans use to display criminals? Hard. It was hard. Hard wood. I'm a bad man. I can't help myself. Raven, there we go. Chocolate covered. You guys are wonderful. Hey, Kelly, go lay down, bud. Take care. Go get well. Go get well so you can send better, more later. Take care. Jesse Bear, you guys are wonderful. Okay. The same evidence for the flood is the same evidence for billions of years. Interpretation matters. No. I mean, I'm just saying, like, people who claim there was a global flood, no. That's taking and trying to apply global flood to plate tectonics does not work. Your global flood is a claim of like an instant one-time thing. We know. Sang-Ji, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Rich is here. His messenger is here. I mean, wow. Good morning, all you antagonists. Thank you for joining the show. I didn't even hear the clown car come in. I thought I heard some music. Ding, 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 ding. Why do they not come back? Because Chris treats them like shit. Good morning, Simply Secular Dave. If the site at Mount Ararat was actually Noah's Ark, why hasn't the church invested a single cent to preserve the site? Because it's a rock formation. I actually had a theist come and try to argue that with me. You know, it petrified is what the deal is. It petrified over such a long, because wood does indeed petrify. It takes, like, you know, a very long time for wood to petrify, but it does petrify. But it only petrifies under certain circumstances. So, Sandy says, very little I was told as a child was true. That's true. Me too. And that, there you go. Old grandmother's tale. You guys are wonderful. Our chat is just fantastic over here. Let me get back to this right here one more time. I want to, we do have some newbies, so there are a couple of things that I have not done recently. Ooh, if I play this one, it almost always gets me demonetized. I'm sure this is the one that does it. Is it this one? I think it's this one. You're not going to believe this. I didn't believe it, but I mean, I was completely blown away whenever I heard it. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Jesus was a Jew, and as such, he was circumcised 8 days after his birth. And guess what? You guessed it. They claim to have the actual foreskin of baby Jesus. Well, 5 or 6 different churches each claim to have the actual foreskin of baby Jesus. But surely one of them is bound to be authentic, right? And I'm sure they put... And I'm sure they put it on display from time to time, as Catholic folk are wont to do. So you can probably even go look at the dick flesh of your Holy Savior if you want. That's fun for the whole family, right? I mean, so my earpods ran down on me because they're ancient. So I have to, if you hear an echo, that means I've just forgotten that I don't have my earpods in. So, okay. So we're talking about this great flood thing here, and are you okay? The Great Flood is one of my favorites, but before we get to the Great Flood, let's look at here. The, Ollie is apparently, we got our Wigglebutt zone, and Ollie is over in our Wigglebutt zone having, looks like a little dream or a nightmare or something. So for those of you who are new to the show, oh, I saw some new names in the chat, by the way. For those of you who are new to the show, these are a couple of members of my technical team. I'll do this real quick. Let me go here and here. And this is Ollie right here. He's our computer engineer. He gets all the graphics going. This is Sadie Lady. She's our video technician, our camera operator. And this is Daisy. She's our sound engineer. So, we also have 2 other dogs. They're not in here, so part of our technical staff. So welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show, and I hope you enjoy the Wigglebutt Zone. Yes. Always get the hearts. Let's see. God drowning children. What's not to love? It's like a romance. I tell you, one time I was talking to this little old lady about the flood, and that's kind of where I went. I was like, so you're okay with God unaliving children? And she was yes, because if he did it, they deserved it. And it's really just kind of a tough road to hoe for me. I mean, I don't like kids particularly much. I mean, they're okay at a distance. Usually the smell, germs. I always got germs, but it's a little different to go, make it, because that creature, God creature, says it's okay to unalive them, and not to unalive them in like a peaceful or a loving fashion. Well, I mean, it's to unalive them with a flood. That's horrific. So there's that. JT, yes, all the time you realize there are no universal rules of debate. It's interesting. Why they would think that. Sometimes they come in, one of them, I think, come in here in my chat yesterday, demanded that he could be made a moderator or wanted a wrench or something. I misunderstood, I think. I'm almost certain. Godwin says, Chris is uncontrollable. Yeah. The wife would every time I watch it, I usually don't even listen nowadays, but if I watch it, I can't help but laugh. It's hilarious. And there's a longer version of that where it talks about all the holy relics that they bring out every year. It's fantastic. I try not to laugh. Yeah, you guys do your little debate thing. You're going great. I can't. Yeah, blessed be he. Good morning. See, we've got quite a few. I mean, like I said, I didn't even hear the clown car roll up. Skeptics and scam. Proof of drown is a great line of questioning when talking to a theist. Proof or a poof or drown. Right, poof or drown. Why be so ugly and hideous? And their God is so, why does it do these things when it doesn't have to? This individual comes into our chat today, and their entire argument is that we're all chaff, and that God is separating the wheat from the chaff so he can keep the wheat and get rid of the chaff. But then also makes the claim essentially that God knows the beginning from the end and all this business, and God knows everything, and so God essentially created billions of people for no other purpose than to be the chaff, and knew they were going to be the chaff and burn in hell forever. And it's just, and then he wants to argue about free will and that we have free will, and it's not our fault or not God's fault, it's man's fault for doing things. But wait a second, if God created us knowing we were going to do those things, let's see. Lieutenant Jedi, New York Times has an article about a youth pastor charged with over 200 crimes. You know, that's an interesting, somebody said one time, what you can do is you go on the interwebs, go to Google and type pastor arrested and just do that. And we should probably do that every day. It should be like part of our show. It's like a pastor arrested just to see from whence. And we could have bets on what they're going to be arrested for. And we wouldn't even have to do it to where it'd be like the first one we get to, because there may be more than one. They are prolific. And somebody, I think it was our friend Kelly yesterday, was mentioning in the chat that we're all about the Catholics and we're like the Catholics this and the Catholics that. But in reality, we cannot forget that the Southern Baptists also have, the Southern Baptists also have quite a reputation for being the children's men. I don't know, it doesn't sound the same way as saying ladies' men, but you know what I mean. Without hopefully setting off the YouTube censor. They're watching me. Anyway, so Guitar Dog. Let's see what Guitar Dog said. Guitar Dog said something. What did Guitar Dog say? So, you know, Jesse Bear says, sound like God is the worst parent ever. You know, all right, here's something they complain about. They complain about that in the Old Testament, they'll defend the God telling his people to go unalive all those people. They'll defend, oh yeah, no, they were bad people. They did bad things. They would sacrifice their own children to their God. Have you not heard that? So, no, it hurts. It hurts right here. So the justification for why it was moral and okay for the ancient Hebrews to attack and unalive an entire town was because they did hideous things, horrible sin. They sinned horribly. And part of that, the things that they can usually come up with is that they unalive their own children for sacrifices. Looking at you, Jesus, the what? Son of God. Huh, that's interesting. And I'm really working on another video. I got it looks like in here. And the video is about how is Jesus just like a renegade from the Isle of Sons of God? Like they're is it like a prison colony? Is that what it was? The prison colony where they took the sons of God? Because you remember the sons of God in the OT, right? They were not the best and kindliest of creatures. And yet, Jesus is a son of God. So sons of God bad, son of God, sons of God bad, son of God. Sons of God bad, son of God tell you not to follow the ways of the Lord that they had been worshiping for thousands of years. Interesting. Oceanus Helios, good morning. Water son, sea son, how are you doing? The stupid movie was biblical because the Bible is indeed that dumb. Oh, I don't even know. Yes, that's fantastic. Sometimes you just got to go, I don't know, movie. Yes, thank you for that. Guitar Dog. I'm an animal rights activist, so that hits home, but the Bible does not say anything about children hurting animals, especially since God demands them sacrificed. Which ones? Children or animals? That's kind of a tricky question. Sandy, I have personal experience knowing what you mean. You guys are so fantastic. That Mighty Filbert, thank you for joining us. I saw you pop in earlier. I hope I said hello. Is getting a lot. Yes, Theophilus is getting a lot of his theology from that. No. Was that not great? Where all the creatures just like came up, and one of you wonderful people in the chat even mentioned about how did all the kangaroos get from point A to point B and not leaving any bones? Because God, of course. The answer is God. He had like an angel walking around, picking up their little bones. Ooh, maybe he flew them that way. Some business like that. JT makes a powerfully interesting observation I cannot argue with. Rich, you got a chat bot for a brain. we could be wrong. Maybe you're just leaning on a chatbot for intellectual support. I don't know. Skunks and Junk says, I'm going to smash powder on my snowmobile after the show. Who's with me? There you go. You do you, boo. I reject the notion that free will exists. See, that's kind of an interesting thing. Then you would be a perfect theist if you believe that God knows the beginning from the end and all that business. Yes. Ollie, you've been sitting there all quiet for a while. Ollie Man says, why would God create evil choices in the first place? Can't you picture a place where you still have choices, but none of them are evil? If I had a God's power, that's what I would make. That's kind of the question. Why is any of this stuff bad? Why is anything evil in God's eyes? I mean, we could even go with just hurting physically other people. Just make that would be the one thing. Don't beat, unalive, or any other that business other people. But all the other things, man, be safe, have fun. Well, why can't it be that way? But no, everything's a sin. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a sin. Am I right? Vic, no dead cats were harmed in the making of that joke. So you know what I mean? Why have that at all? Why can't you just create your perfect world? Why create all this suffering? What a hideous monster God you guys believe in. And it's not that we believe in it ourselves. It's just that we realize the universe is what it is. We evolved in a circumstance, in a situation where shit happens, really, to be honest. We can label things moral or immoral or bad or evil or good, but really it's just that happened. A tidal wave, or let's do that. A tsunami, unalived 100,000 people 10, 12 years ago. Was it evil? One man unalives another man on purpose for the love of a woman or whatever. Was that evil? Evil is intent, I think. And so why would God create anything where, you wouldn't even have, why make us to where we could be hurt at all? Make us impervious to pain. You can't kill us. We'd all live in a perfect little world. Couldn't harm us. We could have the sexy time with anybody we wanted. Why is it bad? Why is it that pleasurable things are also bad? Guitar Dog donated $15 through Super Chat. Yoda, away put your weapons. I mean you no harm. That's all you get, man. Jesus, I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. That's true. That's a very good point. That's, in fact, on one of my lists as to why, one of my top 10 reasons why Jesus was, oh man, don't tell me, was why the God monster of Abraham is actually more like a pit demon than a godly creature, is because of this. Thank you very much, Guitar Dog, for the $15 super chat. I appreciate you. And the puppies appreciate you. The evil one appreciate you. Thank you. Fall magic fruit eating. Yes. So let me go here real quick. I want to do that real quick because you're just kind of stuck with me for a minute. I want to run a commercial one more time before the show's over. For you guys, you're like, oh shit, I will get over the ghost scented candle commercial. I promise. Not today, but I will get over it. Let me do this though. On maman, mon ami. And I think you guys will agree with this. If you think I'm sexy and you want my body, come on, baby, let me know. The wife said no, singing on the stream. Why? Reason. All right, here we go, friends. I want to watch this video with you. We got a little bit of time together. You're stuck with me. The God you worship is an evil pit. The God you worship is an evil pit demon. So, this is the top 10 reasons, and you'll see the Jesus thing on here. Get back. I am going to beat this computer with a hammer. Okay, here we go. Oh, look, he's sleeping. I don't know why it does that every time. So here we go. I want to let you guys enjoy some of this. Check this out. The top 10 reasons. Hey, Raven, those people who are new to the channel, this is one of my videos. I do top 10s. I like to call them like atheist top 10s, but top 10 reasons of things. This one in particular is the reason, top 10 reasons why the God of Abraham is actually more like a pit demon from hell than an actual godly, loving transparent Jesus creature. Jesus, in fact, is not. Jesus is just like a soft veil between us and the evil creature that is in the Old Testament, right? That's what he's protecting us from. Follow him or face what? So let's go here. Christians, the God you worship is an evil pit demon from hell, and I'm going to use your own book to prove it. Today I'm breaking down my top 10 reasons why the God of the Bible actually more resembles a pit demon from hell than a benevolent father figure. From blood sacrifices and godly smiting in the Old Testament to eternal torment and fire in the New, does this sound like a God of love to you? Number 10, the fall of a woman. In the early chapters of Genesis, God creates man and woman, then allows the serpent to trick Eve into eating the forbidden fruit. As a result, all women are condemned to painful childbirth, and the desire they have for their husband is laid on them as a punishment. Genesis 3:16. Eve was not present when God told Adam not to eat the fruit, but Adam was present when Eve was deceived, and he apparently did nothing to intervene. Not only did he let her eat the fruit, but he also joined in her sin. Then, when God confronted him, Adam shifted the blame to Eve, saying, Genesis 3:12, "The woman you gave to me, she gave me the fruit of the tree, and I ate it." Eve, the most innocent character in the Bible, is deceived by the serpent, betrayed by Adam, and smited by God, all in quick succession. She faced the harshest punishment in all of the Bible, next to burning in hell, of course, for not being able to outwit the serpent. Fatherly? Forgiving? Number 9, a godly MMA-style death match. After God tricks the first humans into sin, we see the first murder in the Bible. Cain kills his brother. I'm actually eating a banana. Somebody said, "Wake up, Chris. I'm actually eating a banana." I don't want to do that on the stream because all of you homophobic Christians out there get your little hard-ons from it. So they're Abel out of jealousy. Cain and Abel both offer their best to God, but God favors Abel's offerings. This angers Cain, and God warns him, saying, Genesis 4:7, "If you do what is right, will you not be rewarded? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door." Despite this warning, and literally being raised in the presence of God, Cain murders Abel. For the love of who? This pit demon. Then, as punishment, God tells him he will no longer have to farm, which is a crap job anyway, since God made working the ground hard in his curse on Adam. And then Cain is marked for protection and allowed to live a long life, build a city, and father nations. All the best blessings God would visit on anyone in the Old Testament. Those were his punishments for murdering his own brother. Meanwhile, Eve, who was deceived by the serpent in her sin, faced severe punishment, pain in childbirth, and subservience to her husbands. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Genesis 3:16. Number 8. I was wondering about that one. He said, I was like, why would they make it a punishment for the woman's love and obedience to her husband to be a punishment? And then it kind of dawned on me, can you imagine what life was like back in that time? Women were so oppressed and were forced, so they were essentially saying the reason why you have to live the shit life you have to live now, the reason why you're stuck with this man is because Eve sinned, because of Eve's fall. Interesting. Can atheists do context? That's an odd question. Subservience to a man is punishment. Yes, it really does. It wasn't really even subservience to a man, though, Maya. Thank you for that. Let me aside and curse. Now, again, let me put my earbuds back in and see if they've kicked in real quick. But it's not even just subservience. It's your love for a man. Earpods go. Go, gadget, earpods. And go. Connected, it says. All right, here we go. Eve, who was deceived by the serpent in her sin, faced severe punishment, pain in childbirth, and subservience to her husbands. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Subtext is because Eve screwed up. Your desire for your husband is a punishment. Hashtag punished. Can y'all hear that and see that? Rule over you. Genesis 3:16. Number 8, genocide and cursing children. Another goodie. Purpose Purple rhymes with orange. Good morning, Purple. I am still held liable for something a couple ancestors did 6,000 years ago because I was born. That is divine mercy and perfect justice. Indeed. The logic is just irrefutable, obviously, as you can say. Astro AI, well, she was created for him in the first place. Lilith, however. My love, my love, my love, my love, my life, my love, my wife, the evil one, as I refer to her affectionately. She's a Lilith fan. She's all about Lilith. Me too. Nice to see you, though, by the way, Purple. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think, Maya, I like where your brain is going. I like it. I hope everyone appreciates how I like Jesus speaks in parables. Yeah, like almost nonsense, huh? But then it would be. Blessed be he. What is the fall? How did it happen? What proof do we have of the fall? How is man to blame? Here's the deal. And this is one of the things I'm just going to keep banging on this, guys. Nothing changed for people after Jesus' sacrifice. We still go to hell. We still have to do the thing. What happened to him absolving us of our sins? Why do we need to repent? Jackass comes and says, repent. Why? Why should I repent? If Jesus died for the sins of humanity, why repent? Why do I got to bother? However, again, as I said earlier on the show, one thing that did change with Jesus' sacrifice is that animals are no longer supposed to be sacrificed. Goats, sheep, birds, calves, that sort of thing ended with Jesus. Jesus is the savior of the farm animals. The Beastmaster. He is the Beastmaster, yeah. He will be there to master the beasts. But since now, of course, those who didn't follow Jesus continued to make those sacrifices, but Jesus didn't change anything for humans. We're all still bad. We're still going to hell. But goats and sheep and all those other animals are now no longer sacrificed, thanks to him. Therefore, Jesus is not the savior of man. Jesus is the savior of goats and sheep. Yeah, that's my thing. Let me put on my thing, put this jackass talking here, and go back to the chat and find out how wrong I was. It is the story of Noah, where this pit demon describes humans as wicked from childhood, kills all mankind. Then his favored human curses an innocent child and his entire lineage to slavery for the act. Notes taken. Notes taken. Of its father. Genesis 9:24 and 25. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son Ham had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, Ham's son. The lowest of slaves will he be to his..." Blessed be he asks a very legitimate question. Are you an antitheist? The short answer is yes. I'm an antitheist. The long answer is you should go on Amazon and buy my book, Antitheist by Chris Mallard, and why you should be too. I'll give you a link. It's down in the description. Feel free to go purchase the most expensive hard copy version. So there you go. That book I wrote back in 2013. And I will tell you, it is essentially, I like 10s. I don't know why, but it's 10 chapters breaking down the reasons why religion is unfortunate. The sixth chapter is also obviously for Lucifer, Satan, right? But the second chapter I think is about women, or the third chapter is about women and how poorly women are treated, and why would you remotely want to be a member of any church, blah, blah, blah. But it's a good book. You should read it, or at least have somebody read it to you. His brothers. Of course, God didn't curse Canaan. His favorite human, Noah, cursed the child, but it was God's power that backed up the curse. Number 7, crotch cooties for a king. Then we move on to Abram and Sarai, where the hero of the story whores out his incestuous sister wife to the Pharaoh for coin, cattle, and slaves, and ends up giving the Pharaoh an STD. Genesis 12:17. But the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abram's wife, Sarai. Here's an interesting misunderstanding from Rich. Nobody's surprised. The entire world benefits because of Christian charity. That's a fascinating notion. I would be interested if you would take and do this yourself. Listen, again, don't listen to me. I'm just some jackass on the internet. Don't listen to me. Go yourself and find out how much money let's take the Catholic Church and the Southern Baptist Church. How much money do they spend in charitable actions? Take that amount of money and set it over here. And then over here, take the amount of money both of those organizations spend in defending their child PDF files. And you will find that they spend more money, on child assault defense than they do on charity. Fascinating. Back to this guy over here. So really, I mean, and whenever you stop and think about it, oh yeah, they give these poor people, there's like 10 poor people over here and they give those 10 poor people food. Great. They fed those poor people. That's great. Over here, you've got 10 children. You cannot weigh the difference. You just can't. The benefit is just so. And again, if it were any other kind of organization that wasn't religion based, if it was like an Arby's, a nationwide chain of Arby's, they would be shut down. But no, if you put a religious badge, you can get away with a whole lot of child SA, apparently. It's almost like a sport. Chat, there you are. Thank you all for still being here with me. Oh, you're still here. Yes, thank you. Let's back to this right here, because I'm just having a little bit of fun here. I'm running my own video because we're talking about the top 10 reasons why God is a pit demon from hell. But wait, she wasn't his sister. She was his sister. Hold on, I gotta go back. Syria ends up giving incest for a king. Did you know this? That backed up the curse. Number 7. There may be those of you who did not know that Abram, the father of the Abrahamic religion, gave out his sister-niece wife to another man and gave that man the crotch cooties twice. Second time, though, the other man was like, hey, something smells fishy. I don't want it. 7. Crotch cooties for a king. Then we move on to Abram and Sarai, where the hero of the story whores out his incestuous sister wife to the Pharaoh for coin, cattle, and slaves, and ends up giving the Pharaoh an STD. Genesis 12:17. But the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abram's wife, Sarai. But wait, she wasn't his sister. Oh yeah, she was. Genesis 20:12. Besides, she really is my sister, the daughter of my father, though not of my mother, and she became my wife. But when you read the scripture, you'll learn that she was also his niece. The God who wrote this book really seems to have a perversion for familial incest. What? Lucky Lot. Now we get to Lot. You know, I'm watching the chat here as best I can. And I'm seeing the interaction between Maya and Blessed Be He. And I really get the impression that Blessed Be He has an issue with strong female authority figures or strong females. I'm just reading the chat. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. That's a pinky, by the way. Back to the show. Who's being vulgar? Abram's nephew and fellow hero of the Bible, considered holy enough by God to send 2 messengers to save him from the destruction of Sodom. This holy man tried to throw his virgin daughters out to be raped by a horny horde of homosexual Hebrews who were wanting to sex up the messengers. Then he gets drunk and has sex with his own 2 daughters and has children by them. Men children who go on to father nations, all once again blessings of this God monster. But who's the villain in the story of Lot? Lot's wife, whose mortal sin was that she looked back against God's wishes. Forgiving, loving, perverted, wicked. What kind of God monster is this? Number 6. Now wait, we won't get to number 6 just yet. Good morning, Philosophish. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Where have you been? You've been hiding. I haven't seen you. You were like here and then you were gone and now you're here. Just how inbred was Charles Darwin? That's an interesting. Now, thank you for bringing that up. Again, Philosophish. I would like to ask you how that is related to his work on evolution. Just curious. Your thoughts, how it's related. It's not related. I don't really think it's related. Now, in Abraham's case, whenever you talk about Darwin, I don't think you really understand the depth and layers of incest that Abram and his family go through. And it's not only that like Charles Darwin married like his second cousin or some business like that. It's like Abram married his own sister, who was also his own niece. His uncle married his own cousin, his uncle, which married technically his own niece. You know, I mean, it was really, apparently there was a lot of, and you know, when you're like, wait a second, how did he marry his own sister? But he even admitted in chapter 20 of Genesis, she's my sister, not from my father, but from my mother. Wait a second. So who did his mother have sex with besides his father? Very interesting question. So she was not pure? Wait a second. So Abram's mother was a hooer. You guys, you and your wicked little, and they call us immoral. And again, I just don't understand. We have Charles Darwin was like somebody who came up, he's like, oh, hey, look at this. It kind of looks like this is what's going on. Now, he was wrong about a lot of things. True that. I mean, he was the beginning. He didn't know all about everything about evolution. And he may have even said, oh, you know what? Oh, it's something that's kind of doesn't look right. But then it was the kickoff that began a lot of things. You can't say that about Abram except for a hateful religion. It's just like, look at how many people get unalived by this thing. You can't agree on anything. There's no, you know, it's just, the difference is stark, in fact, between Charles Darwin and what happened there. That was an actual science. You cannot say that about your Bible and what happened with Abram. I'm currently working on the Evil God Monster of Evil God Monster of Abraham, episode 15. I'm hoping to drop that one this weekend. And it's really a short chapter. And it's essentially God saying, hey, Abram, how you doing? And Abram going, man, I'm doing all right, but you ain't give me no kids. And God going, okay, I'll give you kids later. But right now I want you to cut a bunch of animals in half. And then I'm going to go between them like a burning thing of fire. God monster? Pit demon? Have you read your own book, people? The God, these ancient people, and it actually starts out with, now this is Abraham, who we already know, according to the story, according to the Bible, he just came from Egypt, from the last chapter. And in Egypt, we discover that at least his wife, and surely he, had the crotch cooties, which she gave to the Pharaoh. She gave the crotch cooties to the Pharaoh. Now, we know that there are many brands of crotch cooties that, if left untreated, give you problems in your brain, looking at you, neurosyphilis-laden Al Capone. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of crotch cooties that actually whittle on the brain. And after admittingly in their own text talking about how this man and his wife gave the Pharaoh the crotch cooties, shortly thereafter he starts having visions. That's what it was. It says, it opens and says, Abram had a vision of his Lord. And the Lord said, what's going on? This is all in his freaking head. And then at the end of the chapter, the very short chapter, where he essentially at the end of the chapter, he gives away all these other people's land. Names out. This is these people, all their land is yours now. Go get it. A voice in his head told him to do so. I'm just saying. Where am I? What are we doing here? Carla J. Man, you guys are going on. Rich says, I've already been through every debate there is, nothing new under the sun. I appreciate your hyperbole and your dishonesty. At least you're honest about your dishonesty, or at least your ignorance, or your self-evaluation, your evaluation of yourself. Theophilus says, all atheists worship Darwin zealously. Man, how do you say I don't know what an atheist is without saying I don't know what an atheist is? Let me put back around the thing. Oh, atheist, there it is. Scotty, thank you for that. Nobody worships Darwin. Well, I try not to. I'm cutting back on the Darwin worship. Cuts into my worshiping my own penis time. There it happened. The wife is like, is he going to talk about his dick today? Finally, he talked about my dick today. You guys are wonderful for putting up with me. One more time, I want to run my newest commercial one more time for you guys because I love you. You're wonderful. And you let me. You just keep doing it. The show's pretty much over. We don't want to watch the rest of that jackass talking about that other boring stuff. But I do want to watch. Do I have anything else I want to show you, though, for the newbies? Let's see. Wild Bill, atheism. I don't want to do the fascism stuff because that's just boring, boring, boring. If Trina were here, Trina would be in the chat going, Wild Bill, Wild Bill. Dane. Yeah. Yeah, I get you. Are you muted? No, you're not muted. Are you there, Philosophish? Sorry, did I see you say, were you talking to me? Were you talking? Hello, Philosophish? Did you say something? I've been around, just not commenting much. Oh, there you are. There you go. Yeah, if we don't talk about it, who will? That's right. Who will? Well, the wife does. I'm sure she does. I tell myself she brags about it at work all the time with her friends. I'm sure she probably has like a personal journal where she writes songs to it. That's what I tell myself anyway. Happy New Year's, Kalasia 79. Okay, Kalasia shows up. I'm talking about my dick. How'd that work out? Anyway, good. Hello, Kalasia. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us this morning. I hope you're having a wonderful new year already. We're about to wrap up. Oh, have you? I got a new commercial. You're here for the newest commercial. I don't think you've seen it. I hope you haven't seen it. Okay, peep this, my homie. We're fixing to finish the show. Check this out. Hold on. Yeah, I did the slow mode, Philosophish. The chat gets going so fast, I kind of had to do it. It's a grown up. My chat became a grown up chat, and I just had to do it. I learned actually from Kalasia and those other channels also. Some cute little tricks I learned. Anyway, check this out, Kalasia, if you're still there. Peep this. You're going to like it. I hope you're going to like this. I hope you're not.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait. You don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no, the Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that pungent smell, light a candle or you're going to hell.
There you go. If you ever ask why I'm going to hell, if my channel suddenly gets shut down, you'd be like, I don't have to wonder why. He probably said something stupid. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I really enjoyed making it. Thank you all for showing up today. I'm going to read out, as I tend to do, our chats for the end of the day, our super chats throughout the end of the day. And obviously Chat Ninja they're gone. So give me just one moment and I'll put our chat back up. So yes, we are fighting for the right, Christmas, cleansing the world of religion. That is right. That's my thinking too. That's my goal. And my deal is, in my opinion, it's a war of attrition, and it's our jobs to educate, to pull Christians away from their religion by educating them, bringing them away from that hate faith. That's my thinking. Candace Kalasia says, I love my blood-scented candle. Smells like God's revenge. There you go. I ain't kidding. We're looking at seeing if I can get a white label candle and really making these puppies. Tucker Charleston is funny. I've got another one that's just freaking hilarious that I just can't say on here. It's hilarious. It's like, let's just say you to make a priest organ flavored candle, right? At least that way you'd get like, that's bad. Isn't that bad? I'm bad. I'm going to stop saying that. It's just ugly. Zealousy is an atheist hallmark coming from the person who follows a religion that has unalived people out of fanaticism for just, oh my goodness. The more you speak, Theophilus, the more I'm convinced you don't actually know what an atheist is. I mean, you use that word a lot, but I don't think you know what it means, as evidenced by your almost every post. You should probably find out more about that. So, human eye could not, he said the human eye could not evolve. Right. That's a great example there. Rich, you're talking about something about Darwin. He's like, it really even amazes me that the human eye, but if you go read the whole letter, that's the whole thing. A lot of people don't read the whole letter. If I remember right, and I got to tell you, I've run a lot of cannabis through this brain, but if I remember right, Darwin was actually going, whenever you stop and think about it, it's really, really hard to imagine that the eye, as complicated as it is, could possibly come from evolution. But as we look at the evidence provided, and you people just cherry pick out that one little thing and you ignore all the rest, you should go read the rest. And you should also take a moment and try to consider that he was the founding father of that line of thought. Surely he didn't get everything right. He didn't know everything, right? He just was like, oh, hey, look at this. And other people came along and learned a lot more. He didn't have examples of all the bones. He didn't have all the examples of the eye throughout its evolution, but we've found those since then. For example, that's funny stuff. Funny stuff. I'm a funny man. All right, let me get back over here. Channel content. You guys are wonderful. Let me go here and over to here. Boop. Yes, Christian creationist cherry picky. Some craziness right there. Let's see. 12% said this is the first time checking out the damn show. Well, I'm welcome, my friends. Welcome. Let me check out our other thingy here, though. I do want to say we have got Jesse Bear today said, "Sin safely in 2025, my fellow heathens." That's actually, I'm going to work on those shirts, Jesse Bear. Everybody wants those. I want them. The mighty Philibert became a channel member. Thank you, Philibert, for becoming a channel member. Bronze level. I appreciate you. Left-handed Jedi gave $2 and said, "It is Wednesday. Hail Odin." Did I not repeat that? I could have swore I said that. I don't know why, but at the end of every show, I'm like, did I not read out his Hail Odin? I remember thinking it. There may have been a commercial going, Woden's Day. I actually sometimes will say Woden's Day. Wednesday. You'll hear me Wednesday. Woden's Day. Yes, it's Wednesday. Hail Odin and Happy New Year. And then, of course, let's see. Yoda, away, put your weapon. I bring you no harm. I mean you no harm, Jesus. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. Oh, and Scotty just gifted the damn membership, 5 memberships. Thank you, Scotty, very much for that. Those people are out there. I'm like, what's going on? Welcome to the damnation, my fellow burners. Thank you for that, Scotty. I appreciate you. Thank you. What the Beck has become a member. There you go. Going straight to hell now. You're going to hell, and you're going to hell. And the wife is going to be going, he did the you're going to hell thing again, didn't he? I was like, yeah, he did. It scares Jack when I do that. Howard, you're a member now. Thank you for becoming a member. Show up on Sci-Fi Saturdays. We do members only Sci-Fi Saturday. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. You are all wonderful. Jason Jacoby, and then a couple more. I very much appreciate you. We lost Jimmy Carter a few days ago. I once met Jimmy Carter on the USS. Really? Wow. That is cool. It's Thursday here in New Zealand. That's a good one. Jesse Bear and Ozzo Teddy Bear 64 became a member. Thank you very much. Thank you, Scotty, for all that. You guys are wonderful. I'm going to go do that voodoo I do so well. I need you to sin safely, and we will sin safely. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a happy new year, guys. And the messenger reveals, wow. The messenger reveals gave $50 through the super chat and said, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Chris. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. Thank you very much. All of you wonderful people, have a wonderful night. And Discord, would you mind posting the Discord for the people in Discord? Vic or whomever has the wonderful post. You guys are wonderful. Have a wonderful day. Sin safely. We will see you tomorrow. Stay safe, my friends. Stay safe. Thank you and have a great day.